Hey everybody, welcome to Bags Golf. Of course, we are back here in 2024, and I wanted to, with the Tournament of Champions coming up here in just a little bit, wanted to get out some bets that I'm looking at personally. We weren't able to get an episode recorded to do a full preview ahead of the Tournament of Champions teeing off out in Hawaii, but did want to get out a couple of bets that I'm eyeing. Been looking on FanDuel to see kind of what are the best options, what are some of the best value with some of the players that I have my eyes on, especially early on into the PGA Tour season, but also just for all of 2024. So have a couple bets for us to look at. A couple, I guess the first two would be starting out with the just a couple first round bets. So first one is Morikawa to be the round one leader. We all know that Colin Morikawa had a good performance out here just last year. Of course, he crumbled in the end, and Rahm ended up winning the tournament. Clearly, Rahm is not a part of the picture anymore for the PGA Tour season, but either way, does not take away from the fact that he did have a pretty good performance out here. Knows this course well and has clearly suits his game in some fashion. And you're able to get plus 2,000 odds on him to be the round one leader. Now we know to be the round one leader, there's a reason that these odds are so high. It always feels like sometimes round one is somebody random. And Morikawa does have the first tee time, which concerns me a little bit. But for the value that we're getting, and if I think he's going to do well, clearly has to have a good Thursday to kick things off. So he is coming off a couple of good performances to end out 2023. He clearly won the Zozo Championship in pretty good fashion there, I think by 4 or 5 strokes. And he had a decent showing at the Hero World Championship back in December. So $10 pays out 210. So you get your money back plus $200 if you were to place a $10 bet according to FanDuel. So that's one that I have my eye on and have some money on today. Hoping to get that Callaway AI smoke paradigm driver here soon, and that would contribute to that. The other one is Ludwig Aubert. I think that there's different confusion on how his name is pronounced, but I have him plus 160 and a 3-ball with Homa and Ricky. $10 would return, you would get 16 plus your 10 back, so you get $26 on that. I'm just drinking the Kool-Aid on him. Of course, Homa and Ricky, more veteran guys, but Aubert seems to be just somebody that is going to kind of take the world by storm. Had clearly good performances to end out 2023, and I think is really going to become a household name throughout 2024. And I think that would start here in the first tournament of the year. And again, for this one to hit, he just has to have a better performance on Thursday in round one against Max Homa and Ricky Fowler. So those would round out my first round bets. My overall bet that I'll be tracking throughout the weekend, and I may add some things, of course, for the other rounds as they become available. I'm not betting on a specific winner for this one. I try to stay away from that early on in the PGA Tour season, just because you never know what to expect. But I am looking at a finishing position parlay. They don't have anything for top 5. At least on FanDuel, they have a top 10 and a top 20 finishing positions. I am looking at a top 10 parlay with 4 people. So clearly 40% of the top 10. Hard to figure that out in the PGA Tour. But I'm putting some, again, gotta build up the bankroll a little bit for the Paradigm AI smoke. So have 4 people in mind for that. And they may be a little square picks. That's okay. But we have Aubert, Scotty Scheffler, Colin Morikawa, and Hovland all making the top 10. That is plus 1519 odds. So $10 would pay 161. They all just have to finish in the top 10. So it doesn't matter if it's, Scotty winning and Aubert at 10th position, and the other 2 in between there. They just have to be in there, no specific order. All guys that clearly have had pretty good success to end out last year. Scotty coming off the win in the Hero World. Obear clearly emerging. Morikawa, of course, I already have another bet on him, and Hovland, ending out the year strong. So hoping that none of those guys have a slow start to kick off and tee off 2024. And hoping that they will be able to, make up 4 of those 10 positions to pay out 161. So we hit all of these. We're tracking pretty close for that Paradigm AI smoke, but until then, we'll see how things go. Always risky, of course, gambling to begin with, but especially risky as you are in the first half of first really quarter of the PGA Tour season, teeing off here in January 4th. So again, Owen Smith over here at Bags. We'll be back with more content here on Twitter, here on YouTube, and on the podcast feed. And just make sure that you're following along with us, and let us know if you hate or love the bets that we put together for today. So we'll see you guys.